The Trader Cobb Crypto Show, talking business in blockchain.
Hello, everybody, and welcome to the Trader Cobb Crypto Show. Once again, a fantastic guest that we have today. Now, listen, what we've got here is somebody very, very interesting from many different angles. It's not just about crypto, it's about everything. But I'm really, really interested to speak with Boyan Josic, founder and CEO of two companies and many more, I'm sure, Mogul Media. And the one I want to spend the most time talking about today is ICO Dashboard. So, Boyan, thank you so much for your time.
Absolutely. Really pleased to be on. It's been fun watching you grow.
Thanks so much. Hey, listen, my introduction was terrible, and it normally is terrible. You know you better than I know you. So would you mind just letting everybody know at home where you come from, what you're doing, and why you're here?
I thought your introduction was pretty great, but I'll give it a shot. My background is digital marketing. I've been involved in a ton of startups. I've seen the highest of highs and the lowest of lows. Mogul Media is one of my firms. It's basically a holding company and investment vehicle. Going into crypto, we got involved into crypto the early part of 2017. It was mostly because, again, the tie to digital marketing. We basically took a lot of the digital marketing services and products that we had and applied them to the crypto space. We just saw a tremendous opportunity, big budgets, and really a lot of people that didn't really know what they were doing, at least in early 2017 for sure.
Yeah.
But so we spent a lot of 2017 doing marketing, doing a lot of the paid Google AdWords, Facebook. We do a lot of content marketing. We've got a content network. We've got a contributor network, which they write content and post in over 500 different publications, which is really good for high exposure. And so towards, I'd want to say maybe September, October, we started tinkering around with a dashboard. And actually built one out, a really raw one. I'd call it version 1.0. And, it was something that we originally looked at as, maybe it's going to be a product like a, WordPress plugin product or something pretty low end, kind of does the job. Someone doesn't have to keep rebuilding them. And we didn't really think too much about it. But it got exciting as the market changed, as regulations started to seep in, as some of the different things that started happening to just advertising in the United States. It really forced us to take a good, long, hard look at what we were going to do in the crypto space, how we're going to participate, what we could do legally, right? And with that, we really said, wow, okay, if the market really is shifting like that, which it should, it was really the wild, wild west, and it really kind of is. And I know that's super overused, but that's true. What a better way than to really put a lot of emphasis and development time into a dashboard that helps minimize or at least helps some of these companies do it correctly, right? And that's when we really started mapping out, I'd say in December, something like that, the product that you currently see today, ICO Dashboard. And, we launched the first version, I want to say in March or something like that. It was very basic. It had an enhanced wallet functionality. It had enhanced, real-time currency exchange for the 20 or 30 different payment methods that accepted. And but it really didn't. It just did. It did a really good job at doing just a couple of solid things, and that was processing the transaction, having a nice user dashboard that's safe and secure, and being able to show users their, what they purchased and the token amounts that they had and what they should expect to get when the token distribution happens. And so from March to call it today is when we really start to gear up, and a lot of things have happened development wise and feature wise, where the platform has really evolved to what we feel is one of the best platforms out there. It's been really popular with a lot of our customers and partners, of which we have both. And here we are today. We've got over 40 different ISO clients. We're signing, about one, at minimum a couple a week, for sure. And again, in a very down market.
Yeah, well, that's what one of my questions was about. I mean, look, from where we were. I mean, look, I'm kind of fascinated. The first thing I want to do here is effectively your platform's there as a plug and play for those that are like, look, I've got a great idea. It's going to work on the blockchain. I want to raise, yada yada. Boom, plug in. It's almost like a campaign manager where it's all run within your platform. Am I right in saying that?
Yeah. So if you take a look at all the different aspects of an ISO, it's not, we hear these stats tossed around. Just heard one the other day. I don't know what the latest one is, but like 85% of ISOs have failed in 2000, whatever, 17. And here's why. Putting together an ISO campaign is like a mini business in itself. And you have these guys who are already dealing with a startup. They're already strapped resource-wise. They're usually strapped funding-wise. And now you have to add on an entire business that you have to start, manage, and execute flawlessly almost.
And most had no experience in that.
Correct. And so check this out. You got to make sure you can sell tokens safely. You got to make sure you're compliant wherever you are. You've got to make sure you handle KYC. You've got to make sure that you can create a smart contract that's legit and really does what it's supposed to do. You've got to make sure that you have a plan of how you're going to distribute those out to token buyers after the token sale. You've got to have a solid marketing plan in place. You've got to account for different pricing rounds, bonus rounds.
There's a lot going on. There's so much going on. I mean, I only had the conversation yesterday actually with a mate of mine who's just got back from what's it called, FinTech in San Fran, and he, we're talking about the progression of ICOs and what's going on, and essentially, I sort of said, end of last year, sort of running through that September, October, November, December period. I sort of likened it. I quite liked this analogy. I'm big on analogies on this show. I'm big on analogies in life, Boyan. So for me, analogies is like my lifeblood. So I sort of said it was kind of a lot of kids that come along, and it was like getting paid $30 million to do a great project. You did your white paper, you did your website, you did your your pretty pictures, and that video of "We're here to change the world" type thing, and you got $30 million, and that was it.
Here's the thing. For a lot of these guys in 2017, they had 5% of what our dashboard does today. And they raised 30, 50, $100 million. And you just can't, it's this one little slice in time, whether it's good or bad or however you look at it. You can't do that anymore because...
Thank goodness. Because, I mean, I say even a turkey can fly in a hurricane. That was a prime example.
Yeah, no, absolutely. And some of the things that we did, for example, even if you look at some of the other platforms out there or some of the ways that ISOs are being done today, even good ones, they're not doing a lot of different things. Like, for example, we build out a smart contract that works with every client's smart contract. And so whether we build theirs or they're importing theirs or integrating that, it doesn't really matter. But what's genius about it is we're firing events for every single transaction on the blockchain. There's complete transparency about how a token sale is performing in real time. The blockchain is actually um, dictating back our transaction feed within our dashboard because so everything about our dashboard is run through the blockchain. We're tracking the transactions in the blockchain in real time. We're tracking total campaign statistics, and then at the end, we're using all that data with a multi-sig airdrop app that we have that essentially allows these clients to also bulk authorize and distribute these tokens right from our dashboard for the token distribution. So it's a complete cycle. And it really took a lot of time to get that correct because you would get people that would say, hey, listen, I've got to distribute my tokens as I sell them because I have to get them on the blockchain.
Mm.
But then you would say, well, that's insane. No one distributes tokens until after the blockchain. Why would you do that? You need your, not after the blockchain, until after your token sale is complete.
Yes.
And so you have a lot of misunderstanding about really what some of the proper steps are, how it should be run in the first place, but a lot of misunderstanding and a lot of juggling in the end of how ISOs finish.
So let me ask you this question, right? So we saw the Cowboys. We there are still some there. Let's be honest. It is a new emerging technology that we're working with within this ecosystem, and there are going to be Cowboys until this regulation comes in, and this is just part and parcel of being an emerging market. Do you think right now that we are seeing the space growing up a little? I mean, my opinion is because we are in what many are calling a crypto winter, because the markets, I just call it reality, because the markets have pulled back from their, their